Greetings, humans! Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Jake Monroe, and today we're gonna be getting to some J-Rock, actually, some Visual K. I feel like revisiting that, actually. Inspired by the fact that I'm currently designing all of the CG work for my new music video, and every single time I start compiling references and inspirations for my next video, I always revert to J-Rock videos from like 2008. So I was like, man, it's been a while since I've done a J-Rock/Visual K video, so let's do that again today. And for those of you who are new here, if you're wondering why I have such a connection with the Visual K J-Rock scene, it's because that's kind of where this all started. But before we get into the video, because I was right, what you guys need to do to make sure that YouTube counts your view on this video, let's engage with this video, man. Let's drop a like the video. Let's go. Like the video right now. You need to engage with the videos, Rick. You gotta engage with the videos. Seriously, YouTube is not counting you as a view if you don't engage with the video. It's like a much higher chance of not being counted. So click like, leave a comment down below, and do you know what? For the first hour of this video going live, I am going to be in the comment section replying to everybody. So if there's something you want to ask, if there's something you want to say, then say it. And I'm going to be there in the comments to reply. But to help make this tour huge, to help get this message out there, to grow this community of free-thinking, normal human beings, let's really engage with these videos that show YouTube that the stuff I say is worth a damn. Tell you what, man, Visual K really is just like Goth but better. It's Goth but better. That's a killer look. I've never done the red teeth. I do the black teeth, but that's awesome. And the music's good, right? The thing is as well is that the music's fantastic. That's the thing with Visual K, is that the J-Rock is great. It's not like the Goth subculture where no one can really decide on what the music even is. The thing with J-Rock and Visual K is that, like, not only is the music better, but the fashion's better too. It's like Goth on steroids. Seriously, like, a lot of 90s J-Rock and even early 2000s J-Rock sounded super post-punk. Like, super post-punk. There was like some dark wave and gothic rock influences. Like, Visual K and J-Rock, especially this very specific kind, this specific brand of J-Rock and Visual K, was super goth-coded, but like put through that very flamboyant aesthetic obsession that the Japanese have. It really was just an adaptation of what the goth subculture in the West was currently doing. Yeah, the Japanese were a bit late to it, but so what? We got Visual K and J-Rock out of it, or a specific type of J-Rock, and the Japanese did what they always do whenever they appropriate aspects of Western culture. They make it beautiful. They sort of reveal the deep beauty within that the Westerners probably don't even see themselves. The Japanese obsession and appreciation of Western culture, honestly, has given me a much deeper insight into the beauty that exists in Western civilization. Some of the beauty that's been lost, forgotten about, and replaced with dull, basic corporatization. It's like the importance of aesthetics have just been forgotten entirely by the West. Now it's only if it works. And even then, they don't even care about that. Make Europe beautiful again is what I say. Alright, so it's trending. Oh, Deer and Grey t-shirt! It's a Deer and Grey t-shirt! This is not a drill! It's a Deer and Grey t-shirt! Hell yeah! Man, people still getting it Deer and Grey. That makes me so happy. In fact, I have that t-shirt. I bought 2 of their tour t-shirts. I did have a tour hoodie, but it was stolen. Oh. Just absolute perfection. Aesthetic perfection. You see, I don't like the horrific over-contoured gargoyleism that seems to have happened to the goths at the moment. Even the original goth makeup was just sort of ugly. Like, I've done nose contouring before, but like the extent that it's getting to these days, we need to stop doing this. It's getting ridiculous. Like the little like H that they do with like the little ball. But like Visual K makeup, man, was always beautiful. It was always elegant. It was always perfect. It has always been and Visual K has always been the inspiration for me to do makeup. Always has been. Like, I was wearing makeup before I got into Visual K, but Visual K like got me into wearing foundation, doing the black lips, really perfecting how to do eye makeup and stuff like that. But like, that is an immaculate look. Oh, Sex Pot Revenge, man. God, that takes me back. Are they still going? Probably are, right? Maybe. See, I was always really scared about buying from these websites because the shipping was always insane. And the website was just in broken English. And while some of it was translated, some of the other things like the clickable links were not translated. So I didn't even know what I was clicking. And I knew that some of these places didn't even ship outside of Japan. So there were like some J-Rock kids, some weebs, who actually had Japanese friends in Japan who they would like send it to and then get their friends to send it to them. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Man, this stuff's still super nice. I couldn't wear this now. You have to be way younger. You have to be way younger to wear this kind of stuff. Well, there you go. Go check those out. Go check those brands. But yeah, it was quite difficult back in those days to try and find specifically Visual K styles of clothing because there was a very specific style going on in the West at the time. And that was the problem, right? It was always just pants and t-shirts. That's all we really had. There was nothing over here that provided the very unique styles that were present in J-Rock and Visual K. And then I figured something out. I remember back in the day when I was trying to find like Visual K style clothing that was just upset. I didn't want to wear any of the Western shit that was coming out at the time. I wanted to wear the stuff that they were wearing in the music videos. I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I discovered eBay sellers who have their own stores on eBay. They sort of like treat eBay as like a giant shopping center, like a mall, and they have their own store in it rather than just like individual sellers like trying to get rid of like an old something. You know, just a guy who finds like a bike and he's like selling a bike on eBay or something. There were stores on eBay. I think they still do it, pretty sure. The same with Vinted, actually. The Vinted does the same thing. There are companies that create storefronts on places like Vinted and eBay and I think probably Depop, I'm assuming. And I found a bunch on there. I think Punk Kara, that was the words to describe these styles of clothes. Punk Kara, Kara Punk. I don't know if that was a brand name or Kara might just be Japanese for punk or whatever, but you could find it by typing that in, and then you could find the storefront. And one of them was the Chili Lolita Shop, or the Little Chili Lolita Shop or something like that. Pretty sure they went on to become Punk Rave. I'm almost 100% certain, but one of these eBay storefronts that sold Visual K, I'm almost 100% certain went on to be Punk Rave. I think. I can't prove it, but I think they were. And I used to get it from there. I used to get it from eBay storefronts. I know I said gatekeep the places that you get your clothes from, but I don't buy from there anymore, so have at it. But yeah, there are storefronts on Vinted, Depop, eBay that sell very specific styles of alternative clothing, including, and not limited to, Visual K, so check it out. Put the research in, seriously, you can find some really amazing clothes out there. Like, really amazing stuff. It was the same with techwear. Like, where do you get techwear from? You could just type in techwear, and then you just come up with all these, like, these fake Chinese companies that's just like super cheap garbage clothing. But it's like, where do you get the high quality stuff from? It's like, well, you got to do some research. You're going to have to do some digging. Oh, my techwear? No, I'm not telling you. Not telling you where I got it from. Incredible stuff, man. See, this is why I like the Visual K subculture, the J-Rock subculture. There's no gooning in it. It's goonless. It hasn't been hijacked, commandeered as a platform for chicks to peddle their OnlyFans. It's not in there. It is intact. Dignity and all. This is what I like about Visual K. You don't see any goonettes in it. Absolutely horrorless, dude. Oh, we hurling slurs. There's a wonderful Mana cosplay. It's very, very good. Moi de Moi, I think. Moi de Moi. I can never remember how to pronounce that. I was far more partial to Malice Miser, but even more partial to Dula Quartz. If you know me, you'll know why. Allow me to fill you in. Because Miyavi was in it. It's because Miyavi was in it. Miyavi's my boy. I can't even begin to describe the depths of my obsession with Miyavi. I very rarely ever get to worship levels. I know a lot of people do. A lot of people like live and die and screech and squeal about their favorite bands, and it's like their whole thing. I have never in my life ever become so obsessed with a band than when I got into Miyavi and Deer and Grey. Those two bands, they were like my fucking thing, dude. I'm not one of these people that has like a massive discography of a load of different bands and you listen to all of them. I just can't do that. I just don't have it in me to do that. I've never expressed any interest in doing anything like that. So I usually just reserved my hero worship for Deering Gray, The Boys and Deering Gray and Miyavi. But like the obsessions, man. You think like Sleep Token fans are obsessed and all that lot? You think Spirit Box got fans? You think Bad Omens be having fans? You ain't seen shit. You ain't seen shit until you've seen Visual K fans. Until you've seen J-Rock fans. You ain't seen shit. I remember going to a Deering Gray concert, the first ever one. Actually, it's the one that's over here. Can you see this framed poster here on my AC unit? Yeah, that's the poster for the first ever Deering Gray concert I went to. It was like 2009. I was 18. In fact, I don't even think I was by that point, since I turned 18 in May of that year. In fact, I wasn't. I was still only 17 because it was the beginning of 2009. And Deering Gray were so unknown, or they hadn't quite figured out that the J-Rock craze had hit the UK. So I saw Dai and Toshia get off the tour bus in front of the entire line getting into this show. They just stepped off the tour bus in front of everybody. Right? And the whole queue was there to see Bring Me the Horizon. The whole queue was there to see Bring Me the Horizon. And it was me, this girl, and her boyfriend who went over and were like, oh my God, Deering Gray, can you sign a thing? And I was like super excited, super hyped. I remember in broken English, he was like, basically what he said was, we're going to go to the shop and then we'll come back. They never came back. But the girl that I had met there, that was also there to see Deering Gray and no one else, she fainted. She fainted. She passed out. Like, hit the floor from meeting them. In fact, it wasn't even that. Do you know what it was? Do you know why she fainted? After the show, we were standing outside the venue, and a little bit further down the road on the sidewalk, towards where the back of the venue was, there was a short, blonde Asian guy standing on the side of the street. He was either smoking or on the phone or something like that, or eating. He must have been about 60 feet away, 50 feet away. And I was with that girl because we'd become friends because of the live show. And I looked over and I was like, I think that's Kyo. I think that's Kyo from Deering Gray. I think that's him just standing outside. It's kind of unmistakably him because he's quite a unique looking character. And it was then. She didn't even get to meet the guy. She just fainted on the floor. And then he looked, turned around, and walked down the street like Jack the Lad, right? Just, it was so cool. She didn't even meet Kyo. She just saw him in a non-live show format and just passed out. That's when she passed out. It was insane. You don't know hero worship. You don't know band obsession until you get into J-Rock and Visual K. It's all there. Oh, I've been recording too long. Bye.